Over the last couple of days in class, we have seen through our exploration on Desmos and our discussion together how some of our transformations work. So we're going to write that out and also talk about some things called parent functions. So work with transformations here. This lines up with section 2.6 in your textbook. If you wanted to look there, I think I've mentioned we're not going to do a whole lot in chapter 2. We'll just kind of work with our transformations for a little bit before we go into chapter 3. So parent functions are these certain functions that are in simplest form. So again, it's a function in simplest form. We can then take those parent functions and transform them. Using some of our transformations we've talked about. Translations, reflections, and stretches and compressions. So those are our three main transformations we're going to focus on. We also have three main parent functions we're going to work with for now. And throughout this year, we're going to add some more types of functions that we can also transform. So here are three main parent functions. Y equals x, y equals x squared, and y equals the absolute value of x. So these are my three main parent functions that we're going to work with. So underneath this, I'm going to draw what that parent function looks like, and then also make a table of some values, some x and y values that would go along. So y equals x, my x and my y values are the same. So 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, negative 1, negative 1, negative 2, negative 2, negative 3, negative 3. And this is a linear function. Okay. So y equals x, here's my first parent function. Okay. And I'll make my x and y table underneath here also. Actually, I have enough room on the side here. We'll put it. So x and y, and I'll use my x values, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. These are my x values I'll use for all three of my parent functions. All right. So again, when x was negative 2, y was negative 2. My x and my y values are the same. All right. My next parent function, y equals x squared. You might remember from algebra what this is going to look like. That this is going to be a parabola, but we'll see why in just a second also. Positive 1. Positive 1. Okay, and then my table of x and y values to go along. And again, we'll use -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2 for x values. All right, let's take this x value and plug it into our equation. Y equals x squared. -2 squared is +4. -1 squared is 1. 0 squared is 0. 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. So we can plot those points. -2, 4. -1, 1. 0, 0. 1, 1. And 2, 4. This gives us our nice parabola, our nice U shape. And then our last parent function we're going to work with right now is the absolute value of x. So I'll make my x and y axis again. And then my table of values. -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. All right, let's fill in our y values here. If I take -2 and plug it in, the absolute value of -2 is +2. Absolute value of -1 is 1. Absolute value of 0, absolute value of 1, absolute value of 2. So we plot these points. -2, 2, -1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2. This gives me a V shape. We have a sharp turning point here with absolute value. Oops. Okay, so these parent functions are going to be very important as we learn about transformations. We can do all sorts of different things with these. We can translate, we can reflect, we can vertically stretch, vertically compress. All of those different transformations we can do to all three of these parent functions. So we will get into that with our next video.